All right, it's time again for a weekly Squardle. This is the game that's like Wordle on a grid. You guess the row and the column at the same time. This 8 is how many guesses we have remaining, and I'm gonna try and maximize that number again today. So I'm gonna start with store. That's my favorite starting word. All right, good. We got a couple of greens. Now, what do we know? We know there's no T in the second row or column. There's an R in this fourth column, so we could theoretically guess an R fourth, but that would put an R right there, and it's not gonna be RR. We do have E's at the end, so let's do something with an E at the end. Let's do 4 new letters and an E at the end. We could do something like guide, or maybe something, just say climb. Oh, climb with an E actually is a word too. It's like short for climate, I think. Let's do that. That's pretty good. Oh, the C was really good. Okay, so now this needs to be a vowel here between the C and the R, almost surely. So it's not an O, it's not an I, it's not an E. That has to be an A or a U. If it was U, I don't like that. I think it's gonna be an A. It could be something like scarf. Scarf is good. Okay, well, let's try something with an A, because we also need to have a vowel up here. Now, we do need to have an E somewhere in this first row. Now, we do have an E in the, in here too. We could do something with an, we could do another E here. We know there's no O or I, so A, E, maybe a U would be good to do. We could do, what about like alert? Alert's not too bad. There is an L in this second column. We know there's not an L in the second row, but alert. And we do have an R in this fourth row, or the fourth column, I mean, and T, we know there's a T in the grid. We don't know where it is yet, but you know, there's a T in this top row, so this could potentially rule out a spot for a T, or, you know, confirm that it might be at the end there. Alert's not too bad. Let's go for that. Yes, we found the A and the R. There's a decent chance this is the T, because we do have the yellow and the red. There's, we haven't found the L yet. It could be SL is pretty good. SL is pretty good. It's not gonna be RL, and if it's F, it's not gonna be FL. And if it's not scare and scarf, what else could it be? I feel like scarp might be a word, but I'm not entirely sure actually. Okay, well this is SL and T, and we need to have an E. It could actually be sleet with a double E. That would be interesting. We've got, okay, there's an R in this middle column. It's not at the top because of the red. We could have an RR, but then I would more likely see an RR second and third, something like arrow, but there might be an R there, I guess, but I don't really like that after the A and then a something else. So I'm thinking second or last. Last isn't too bad. We do have an E in the column as well, although I'm thinking E at the top, but we could have an E. ER would be good. There's an E in here. Oh, is it gonna be AE? I don't really like AE, in which case there's gonna be an E here. Oh, I don't know, I was gonna say allure, but that can't be an L. All right, well, we're on the fourth one now anyways. So we've already got the R's. We don't need to guess those. And we need to find an I somewhere and an O. And we know that there's no I in the second or third row or column. We're pretty sure there's not an I in the first row or column. So it needs to be in the fourth or the fifth row or column. So, and the same with the O. The O is not in the third row or column or the first. It could be in the second one though, potentially, or the fourth or the fifth. So that one's not quite as limited, but we need an I and an O somewhere. You know, if this is R and this is E, what's gonna come in between those two? That's a tricky one. So maybe not ER, maybe not ER there. What if the R was up here? Something like erase and aware? That's not too bad. I like erase and aware. And then we could have an E here. Something like reset. Reset, we do need to have a T. And lower. Seems reasonable. And then, so reset is good. I like reset. but we've already got the R. I'm thinking, I mean, this could be an E up here, not necessarily. I'm thinking about doing B set, because if it is reset, that'll get us that one, and it'll just check if there's a B in the grid. Let's go for it. Ooh, almost. Ooh, there is 2 E's, so it's gotta be an E here. What is that? Sue? Sue someone again? I don't know if I like that. Oh, no. The double E is on the column, not on the row. Oh, wow. You gotta look at the clues correctly. So there's 2 E's in the column. So it could be 2 E, it actually could be Erie and resin. There we go. Okay, and freed and trend and corer and sleet. Okay, that works. So now we've just got to figure out how to get this with the least number of guesses. So if we do freed, we'll get, I mean, the R and the E and the D are the same on both of them. If I do freed, 1, 2, 3, we're still gonna have to do, if I do trend. The problem is I can't get the T and the F at the same time. So one of them is gonna have to be when I do the column, one of them is gonna be when I do the row. And it's gonna be easier to get the T with the LEE than the F with the LEE. So I think I'm gonna do freed. Am I gonna do freed? Yeah, I don't think there's any way to do it. Fewer guesses, unfortunately. All right, and then we've got to do sleet. There's no reason to do anything besides the S, because it's not going to help us at all. And we're getting the maximum number of letters from that. And then the next one, we got to do the OR, but we got to do the OW. We can't do both. So we're going to do one of them now with the O and one of them next with the A, unfortunately. So we might as well just do corer and then aware. And then we finish off with some resin to fill in the gaps. And there we go. All right, well, we ended with 7, which isn't too bad. 9 is my best ever. It takes some lucky guesses for that. So I don't feel too bad about 7, not too bad. All right, well, sleet, corer, aware, resin, freed, scarf, lower, erase, eerie, and trend. Now, interestingly, the other day, I did a daily Squardle, and there was a double letter in almost every word. And today we have 2 E's in sleet, 2 R's in corer, 2 A's in aware, 2 E's in freed. So every row but one had a double letter. And in the columns, we didn't have quite as many, but there's 2 E's in erase, and there's 3 E's in eerie. So lots of duplicated letters again. So, and a bunch of black well, not too many black letters actually, B and M. The others are gray, yeah. But anyways, and I never even guessed a U, one of the vowels, which is pretty interesting, or a Y, so very cool. All right, well, let me know how this weekly Squardle went for you today, and of course, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon with some more puzzles.
I mean, all these people who are smarter and more successful than me believe that we will get AGI within our lifetime.
You can be smarter and more successful and still be wrong about the future, though.
Yes.
That's
happens all the time.
That's absolutely true. But I mean, I just personally just...
Oh, it's N. No, it's NEU. That's right. Neutron. There we go. Okay. Very good. Ooh. Oh, it's projects or projects. Oh, I missed the S. This is a tricky one with the if this is right with the triple R and then the double R double A over here. You sob the owner. Oh.